Welcome back to the Trading Desk. We had the opportunity to speak to some industry experts at this year's Bend Venture Conference about what they thought was the most dynamic and exciting business opportunities going forward. Have a look.
Just on the solar industry right now and other renewables, and the fact that it's a hot industry, there's lots of incentives out there for those companies, and there's lots of market adoption.
Sure.
The investment community is speaking very loudly that they're interested in renewables, and so.
What about wind power?
Right in there, geothermal, wind, biomass, solar. So, but the solar industry for Oregon is extremely hot right now. Just the way the incentives are lined up, the way the opportunities are lining up in the marketplace.
I think what's going to be big now is mobile. I think, especially with the iPhone, we're seeing things with Android, the Google phone. I think you're going to start seeing a lot more people using mobile devices and doing more mobile development. And also just location-aware applications. The fact that your mobile phone knows where you are. Look out for some invasive marketing.
Yeah, and I think also applying some of the social networking so big these days. I think applying some of those in the work situation. So if there's a way to kind of empower that team to understand that what I'm working on, how that relates specifically to other team members, and can raise that as visibility and understand that if I make a change, it's going to affect you if you're working in another state. I think that's going to really help.
Like an industry-specific or company-specific MySpace for business.
Exactly. Facebook, MySpace, whatever the...
I love it. Great idea.
Some of the dominant themes at this year's Bend Venture Conference were mobile devices. As you can see that everybody has one of those nowadays.
Hey, breaking polls say right now that the economic issues are the most important in the exit polls. So see how important these mobile devices are?
Yeah,
So-
you can stay right up to date, bring you live information.
So mobile devices, solar was the other thing, which of course has been a big theme. Alternative energies, and social networking. And
But
let's talk
social
about these a little bit.
networking, all of them agreed that social networking, MySpace, Facebook, those things are done. The next big phase of that is going to be bringing that to the business world. Is kind of I think Eric again from JAMA was talking a little bit about enabling people that work together to have some type of interface like a MySpace or a Facebook where you can kind of interact and everybody can be on the same page, know what each other's doing, communicate through some type of a web page or something like that.
Yeah, I think the whole cloud computing also kind of fits into that, where Microsoft and Google are all going that way, and you
Google's
can,
already there. Microsoft is
well,
going
but
to
they're
try
all
and roll it out.
I think Microsoft is ahead of Google on the cloud right now, but that's my opinion. But I think all these guys are realizing that we're moving faster and faster. Really, the treadmill is just getting the pace is getting much steepened, and so to stay ahead of your competition, all these devices are going to become, I think, more and more powerful, prevalent, and necessary evils. I mean, they already are. I drive my wife nuts. I'm definitely addicted. I mean, it's a problem.
Well, and it's
first step is admitting it.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting to the point where these things are replacing laptops.
Yeah,
I mean, I can do everything.
fast.
I can do almost everything on my new Google phone that I
don't travel
can.
with my laptop anymore, which is nice. You don't have to tote it to the airport.
So yeah, it's going to continue. But on this, I want to switch gears a little bit and touch on this. But the green energy trade, if you will, has also been, I think, real hot over the last 6 months, 12 months.
That was because of the price of oil.
Price of oil drove it again. So are we going to go back to, are we going to do this rubber band like we always do in this area, where oil goes up, we get all concerned, and then oil goes down, and it gets lessened? I mean, what happens?
It's possible, but I think there's probably a higher sense of awareness that something needs to be done, because eventually oil's going to go back up again, and we're going to be in the same situation. And so I think depending on who gets elected today, if it is Obama, we probably will see more of an effort to go towards the green route.
Right.
And overall, I think it's a good thing if it's done properly.
Well, I think if the money is subsidized and spent in the right way, I think that you can definitely make some major
But
inroads.
in terms of putting money towards these things, there's been a huge speculative trade in solar stocks already for the last couple of years.
Well, for solar's already, I think the stock's worth $12 billion. Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's a large market cap.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Well, and the thing with solar is, there's a lot of limitations, and it's just been pitched as this is the panacea to our issues, and it's one piece to the puzzle.
Yeah, exactly. And from my research of solar, I mean, a lot of times the upfront investment is so huge. It takes, for the cost savings, it takes 10 years, 20 years to recover that upfront expense. So for a lot of times, it doesn't make sense at all.
Right.
So.
Sure. Well, we got to wrap it up, at least for this segment. When we come back, we're going to close out our show today with the usual segment, Fantasy Finance, where we give you our ideas and tidbits on good investments going forward. We'll be back. You're watching The Trading Desk on COTV, Channel 11.